coming to you from Gypsy, where I can stand and talk to you now. So exciting. I love this so much. Anyway, it is now, I'm back at my sister's. I'm to do another house sit, and while I'm here I'm now going to renovate things on the inside of the van. And I did another video of things that I want to change, and I'm still not entirely sure how I'm going to do a lot of those changes. I kind of look at it as a little bit like artwork, like I'll just start and then hopefully inspiration will flow as I start. I do have, like I said, basic idea of where I want to start, so I'm just going to do that and hope that it all comes together. I just laughed though, because while I've been house sitting at my sister's, my nephew, who is 12, we've been playing this game where he started off by hiding this fake plastic spider in certain places where I'd get caught out and think it was a real spider, and it caught me out so many times, so then I'd hide it somewhere in the house for him, and I just found it in my inside one of my boxes I brought back in the van. So now while he's away, I'm going to go hide it back in his room somewhere. Anyway, fun times. It's another stinking day here in Perth, so it's, I don't know, close to 40 degrees again. The wind has not come in yet, so I'm going to take it easy today, and I'm just going to start by taking things out of the van that I need to take out, like my mattress and stuff, because I'm going to be, the first part of it is going to be taking the back portion of the van out and then moving my bed back, and I think I'll still keep the drawers facing inside, so hopefully that won't be too much of a hard job. Those drawers are very heavy though. Let's go. So my initial thoughts are, what I want to do, rather than just getting rid of this here, is I'm going to take that out and then cut it about here and use that as a bench seat for just there at the door, and then the other part I might use for the bench seat where the fire extinguisher is, and I just need to replace the top bit there, and then I still don't know what I'm going to use for a seat over there yet, but I'm going to start by taking this out and then moving the bed back this way. I've just looked at the length of this, and from this point here to there is actually, if I send it over the wheel arch, which will be easy enough because I don't have anything blocking here, so if I put it over the wheel arch, then it will actually come into alignment with the end of the door here, so it won't impede on the door at all, which would be great because I will be impeding somewhat on the door with the seat there, and I do love quite an open door access, so yeah. Alright, so I've cut the frameworks now, so let's put them in the van and see if they fit. Okay, so with the one at the door, a big consideration is my fridge, to make sure that opens, and that still opens with enough space, so that's all good. I've still got access through my doorway here, so maybe a little bit less than if I bring that forward, but that'll be fine. Now this one here, I can't butt it up against the edge yet because I need to cut room for the wheel arch, but it fits lengthways quite nicely. So let's have a look from when we're looking into the van, because I was a bit worried, would this bother me? But I think it'll be okay because there's nothing impeding here. There's still plenty of room and access to the van, so I think that's okay. So you can see that my bed base is just a bit of plywood, and it was a bit too short because I reused it from another renovation I'd done. So I had a spare bit here, and that's my rudimentary carpentry skills. And I've just put in a bit of a stabiliser here and one at the other end there. Bit of wooden here just to make sure that's not going to move. And then I'll just whack that over the edge of it as well. And Bob's your uncle. Day 2. So I'm so happy with the space in here. I'm really happy with the seats there. I am a little bit worried about, I might find it frustrating having my back up against the side of the van while I'm working. I don't know, like maybe it's just because the leaves are there that's bothering me. Anyway, and these frames are like, they don't feel the sturdiest now. I have put some more reinforcement in them, but it's sort of, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to attach them to the floor yet either, because the beams are quite thin and I can't really drill into them. So I might just have to put a floor on those as well, so then I can drill that into the floor. I don't know, I have to think about that. Anyway, I just ordered a Lagoon table leg. I don't know if that's how you say it, L-A-G-U-N. Very hard to find. I couldn't find any in Perth, so I had to get it online, and even online everyone was out of stock, so I found some random website. Yeah, so that's not going to arrive for a week, so I'm going to have to reattach my table somewhere, and I don't quite know where yet. So anyway, that'll come to me as I go. I'm really happy with the bed, and someone suggested, because I said like it's just a space for me, like why do I need such a big bed? And I thought, oh, it's not that big, but then I thought about it and I thought, well, actually, I don't really use a portion of this, so I might still be able to keep a seat at the end of the bed there. So I'll give that a go as well. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with it, but yeah, let's keep going because we've only got a couple of days before everyone's back. So you can see the amount of space. I've still got some space here and a fair bit of space in here as well. So I might just start putting my bed back together, I think. Appreciation for, what do you call them? Electrified saws. Okay, sorry I look so dishevelled. I have been working hard on this all day. Everything has taken so much longer than I anticipated for various reasons. Plus the fact that I am actually building everything from what I already have. So I've reused as many pieces of wood as I can, and I haven't actually had to go to Bunnings yet to get anything. So I'm quite excited. And then I was just putting stuff back in the van that I'd taken out when I was here last time, and I found this, and this was my old shelf, and I'd run out of wood for one of my seats, so I'm now going to pull that apart and use that on the seat. And please, if you're a carpenter, avert your eyes, don't look at what I've been doing, because I'm just making it work. What you can't see looks really ugly, but no one will be able to see it when it's put together, so I don't care. As long as it's functional, that's all that matters to me. If I had the perfect size pieces of wood, that would be amazing, but I don't. So we're recycling, we're being sustainable and ugly. That's my worst cut today yet. That is not straight at all. Do you know what? It's going to give her more character. More character. It was at this point she thought, maybe it would just be easier to go to IKEA and find the right size seats that I need. We're being sustainable, we're being sustainable. My God, that was a challenge. My lower back, it was a lot of pressure on my lower back because that inverter's quite heavy, the battery's heavy, there was not a lot of room with the wires, they were quite short wires, which I kind of knew anyway, so it would have been good to have an extra set of hands, but my legs helped. The table I've made, it's perfect size, I've done my measurements right. I've left plenty of room up here so that I can still jump start this if I need to. And there's still plenty of room behind the front seat there. But it's a bit wobbly, so I will need to reinforce that table, but at least in theory it all works, and I can now just strap that back down to there as it was before, and this one I will screw into the top of this table or strap it down as well. So happy days. So the wall will now slide in down here, and There's a few little bits and pieces in there, like I might need to cut it a bit short because of this cord down here, but I'm excited to get that wall in there. Okay, supporting beam out. I did it. Solid as. Screwed in. Cool. There's no cords getting interrupted anywhere. Happy days. So good. I love it when a plan comes together. I still need to reinforce that shelving a bit, but yeah, so good, so good. That's one knocked in. The paint is still a little bit sticky. I got a bit too excited. So anyway, I'll leave that open for a little bit. It is catching on the side of my bed. I may find that frustrating. I know I keep wanting to get stuff out of there, but pretty happy with my efforts this weekend so far. Uber Eats. I'm hungry. Some precision cutting right there. Alright, I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I've got my top up here, so I need to find a cover for either side. I have this bit here, which obviously I'll paint it, and I could put it just there, but there's a gap at the top and the bottom. But I do have also these bits here, so maybe I'll put one at the top, one at the bottom maybe, or maybe just one at the top. And then I'm just going to do that side with something. So we're almost there. Okay, we're getting down to the wire now. It's 4 o'clock on a Saturday. The family get back tomorrow. I think it's just going to be a quick install with that seat tomorrow. Sorry, that was a bit close. I haven't had to go to Bunnings yet. I still actually had tins of paint, small tins of paint from when I first got Gypsy, and I did some stuff to her. So I ran out of the primer. I'm just using the gloss now. I've used almost every bit of wood that I had. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that I've been able to repurpose everything. However, there's like one side of that seat at the door that I just don't have enough pieces of wood to cover it. But I noticed that my brother-in-law has some pieces of wood here in his little workshop, so I might have to salvage some of his spare pieces of wood. So let's have a look what he's got. He's got a little bit of a hidey hole down here. I think that piece there might be quite good. If that's not a split in the wood, it might just be the grain, I'm not sure. Otherwise, maybe a couple of those small pieces underneath. I don't really want to use the big one here because he might have a reason that he wants to use that for. So yeah, I think he'll be okay if I just steal a few pieces of those bits. just had to hang that curtain there because that sun is beaming right in that doorway. I could move the van around, but I've got everything everywhere and I can't be bothered. Alright, so I have attached this to the lower seat, but as you can see, there's only a very, you know, it's only a couple of small screws holding that in place, so I'm going to have to reinforce that at the back. But I just kind of wanted to test out the position of it, so I'm pretty happy with that. There wouldn't be a lot of light that would get through, potentially just at this side bit here, which, you know, I could put a bit of curtain there or something. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. Where that seat is at the moment, the fridge opens completely. So yeah, maybe let's take a look from the outside, but pretty happy with that. Gonna need to get myself some more cushions. Well, we did it. I've done almost everything I wanted to do, and I haven't had to do one trip to Bunnings. Rock on, love sustainability. So let's do a recap. There are still, and caveat, I haven't actually sorted out this area of the van yet. I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do there. I might even see if I can find a vanity unit with a mirror or something. I don't know. I'm just kind of, I think I'm going to wait for the table leg to come in and see how the table moves around, and then inspiration might flow. I might also, I'm not sure if this seat is going to annoy me to work with, because I'm very used to using an office chair that's ergonomic and I can move it around. So, you know, change the height and that kind of thing. Anyway, we'll see. So let's do a recap. So we took the back seat out of here, and that's what we've used for the seats inside. I still may keep this ladder and slide it in there. I'm just going to have a look about that. But I will put something like a sheet of something over here and maybe do a little bit of artwork on it or something. Yeah, and I'm not sure about this seat yet. My bedding is made for like a double bed, so it is frustrating me a bit, all that extra bedding I've got on my bed, so I may wind up just keeping that as part of my bed. I don't know yet. We'll see how I go. And then if we come around here, we've got a seat with storage in it. So it's kind of funny because this little indent in the wood here is like a grip to lift the seat up, so that's kind of cool. I'll get some more cushions, and then these edges here I'll try and stain or something, or paint. Yeah, so happy with that. We moved the wall panels, so they're now locked into position. They're not attached to the seats anymore. I'm super happy with those. We moved in order to do that, we created the shelf down here and put the battery underneath the inverter, so that all works well. We are yet to move the kitchen cabinet up to here. I'm still thinking about that. So yeah, sorry, move that up to there. I can drill straight into this because that's the inner layer of metal. So yes, that's another day job. I'm a bit stuffed now. We are still working on this area here, so yeah, not sure what we're doing with that yet. And then we just adjust my tripod, and then we've got this seat here. And so I am finding, I will admit already, a little bit frustrating taking everything off to get access to things underneath, and I've got my Instapot in there and my laptop and stuff, so it's something that I will need to access daily. So anyway, we'll see how we go. Obviously I still have my tabletop. I'm just gonna have to like leave it on my bed and then take it off my bed when I sleep at night, because yeah, I'm obviously waiting for the table leg. So yeah, it's it's been a hectic couple of weeks or few weeks with the roof getting done and then just knocking out all this interior. I'm so super happy with that front section. It's so much more homey now. Yeah, I do have, so obviously the table leg arriving Wednesday, it's Sunday today. I've got also the, I wound up getting some insulation. I'll do a separate one on which one I've chosen and how to install it. And I think that I don't want to have any shelving up here. I quite like having all of this headspace. So I don't think I'm going to do all of that like a wood frame with the paneling. I think I'm just going to put the insulation in and then just get like cut to size a thin bit of wood and then just attach it to the inner beams here straight onto those. But I do want to wait to do all that because I still want a really heavy, continuous downpour of rain just to check for leaks first. And then I've had another idea with this section here. So I originally thought, I could actually just use magnets to, cover this area here, put magnets on the back of some really light wood or something like that. But this is aluminium, so magnets won't stick to this. But I can do that to here. So I'm thinking maybe even very light wood or a foam core or something, cover it in a nice material or wallpaper or something like that, and then I can just magnetize it, which is, the magnets are quite expensive, but it's just easier for me because I don't have all the tools to cut everything to size, and to be really honest, I just can't be bothered cutting all that wood and all of that palaver. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do, and then maybe just hang plants down the sides or something. So let's go and look what I have left after reusing everything that I already had. Okay, so I've got these bits of wood left, and I couldn't use these because of the screws in there. It's like a hexagon sort of screw, so I couldn't pull those apart. I'll leave them and see if my brother-in-law wants them. Just a few off-bit cuts of wood there. I may keep those just because I find them quite handy. Don't need as many of these anymore. This is the old table leg, so I can probably sell that. The solar panels I'll have to try and fold and put in the bin or something because they won't work anymore. And there's my little pile of rubbish. So yeah, I do have a little jar here of screws that have been left over. Yeah, I do kind of feel like one of those old school dads that has just, jimmied together stuff with stuff he's kept in the shed for 50 years. But and who knows how long it will all hold together. But I love repurposing. I love doing things myself, and I'm super happy with what I've achieved. So yeah, there's still a few ongoing pieces to go, but very happy, very happy.